Well, hi there everyone and welcome back to Infinity, where I'm standing here in a room with a roof. That was such a terrible, terrible pain to get done. Now I say there's a roof, there's actually a little hole in the roof here now. That's not for me to escape, that's because I forgot there is a solar powered pulverizer down here and I needed it to work. And it really wasn't doing because it didn't have any sun. But it is doing now. So what is the plan for today? Today is quite possibly the most important day in the entire series so far. I'm really quite excited because today is the day I finally get around to building a sorting system and getting all this rubbish out of every single chest in the area. I'm very excited. This has been far too long a time coming. So let's head on over to the old room and see what happens. I see the windmill is actually working again. How well is it working now? Try not to get hit by the blades. It's working quite fast, which is typical. Down we go, up we go, down we go. Right. Okay, to make this work we need a few things. The first thing which I would really like is some of these signalum filters. I made a few of these before. I have been getting stuffs ready for them, pulverising things up. That's why I needed the pulverizer. I also want to grab a few buckets of destabilised redstone. Destabilised redstone is something which isn't going to come cheap, because I don't have that much redstone just at the minute, but I've got enough to get started. Signalum blend is just one redstone with all of those. We have made these things before, but there we go. There we go, that's a load of the stuff, and I think the filter just needs 2 ingots, doesn't it? So you can go into ingots, cookie thing, get rid of the purified crushed copper ore. How lovely. There is 800 in there, so with one more piece of redstone, which I think I can spare, I can build a few more of these because I'll want lots of these filter things, I have no doubt. With 2 more of these redstone bits I can build another one of these destabilised redstone buckets, which would be very useful, I have no doubt. There we go, there we go. 1 more bucket gives me 1 more load of signalum, which I imagine is actually cooked through already. I did not expect that. Everything's working really fast down here suddenly, which is quite annoying when I've been, wow, there's a lot of junk in there to get through. Whoa. So I imagine these are turning up in here. They are. Can I just wait for 1 more? 1 more, you know you can do it. Thank you. Right, signalum filters just require me to get all of this stuff out. They need those there and there, don't they? They need... is it iron ingots? It's iron nuggets, even, paper, and the hardened glass. Hardened glass from this machine where it's been cooking up. Pop it into here like that. Got some paper. Got some ingots. Got some ingots. Not got any ingots. Lack of ingots. Lots and lots of ingots. Right, there we go, and that is probably the wrong way up, is it? Is that just completely the wrong thing? It is that one that is the wrong way up. So that gives us 6 of these filters, which is enough for starting with. Do I happen to have a pulley out one? That's a basic filter. I might want some of those. I've got a signalum filter there. Everything but what I actually want which is a basic retriever, no, servo. Servo. The basic servo just being iron with a piece of redstone. Any redstone? Redstone and 2 pieces of iron. It's with basic glass, of course. I cannot wait to have this working. Bit of glass gets me a pair of those. So now what I want is a few iron chests. Just so that I can store lots and lots of stuff in these. So that's a lot of iron chests, that's 9 iron chests, that's plenty. And the only other thing which I need is a load of the item ducting. Do I have any item ducting? I can get that and that out for the minute because I don't need it. No item ducting. Item ducting is just tin with a piece of lead, of course it is. They are very easy to make, so tin and lead. And I think each one gets us quite a few, so I'm not going to be short of those. 3 stacks, that's plenty. Right, I think we can go and start to build this. What I would love to do is get some signs. Signs require wood. Wood, wouldn't you know it, ain't there. Where is wood? There's some pine woods. Don't really want to use pine wood. It might not even work for planks. I think I've got a load of wood up there though. So let's head on up here and see what we can do. That needs adjusting. That's too slow. How's this doing? Slowly, but it's getting there. So, we have loads of power over here, by the way. I probably ought to make a new CESU. Let's actually see how these are doing. That's got 54 scrap in. That's only got 1 scrap in. That's because 2 of these are feeding into the top one. But really, these are all completely filled. So, no worries there. Right, where to put stuff? So here is my main building area. I probably want ingots and stuff along there. A few less common building materials along there. Where do I want dump chest? By the door. Dump chest goes by the door for putting things in. I also want an overflow chest for things which don't have a place to live. That one might well be over here. Like that. By that door. That gives me a bit of room. I'm contemplating it being there. I think I prefer it there. Right, now it's time to dig up floors again. Now it's time to discover your axe has broken. Well, that just ain't good. It is becoming night. Repairy table, stone hatchet requires stone. And is fixed. Stone shovel might as well be fixed. That might as well not. Right, off we go back up here. Go through very slow door of slowness. Where was my... that. Constant, the pulse lengthener, that's the thing that's slowing it down. Is that the only thing that's on actually? So we want that down to 67 is a good number. We will have it at 67 for now. We are through. Right, take this load out. So we are going to come down this way and into that. There we go, and we need the item ducting in my hand. Just like that. So that's attaching to something there. Is there stuff just there? So just get rid of you as well. There we go. That's probably ruined the door somehow, but I don't care. I'll sort it later. Right, you want to be in... Now, this is where I've forgotten how to do it, because it is no longer done like that, is it? I need something to put in the item duct, don't I? Okay, so I had forgotten this, but I believe it is now a piece of lead with a piece of item ducting. So let's go and give that a quick try. I think I've got a piece of lead in there, so... That through, that's not through. That is through because it has stopped. So if I put a piece of lead on that piece of item ducting, I get me a dense item duct. It just doesn't show up on any eye for some reason. Let's not hang about out here. And let's see now if that's a bit better. A bit better? Tiny bit better. Still not great. Right, you out. So you want to be the dense one because I do not want things coming this way for no good reason. Okay, that's good. Now, what I do want are things coming in this way. And I probably want a light back on the wall. There is a light on the wall. Why does I have one on the floor as well? So a row of things just there like that. Let's dig the floor out from under these. And think about what I want to go into the different bits. We don't want anything actually to go into that. So I can probably just dig under it, can't I? Right. The bits of wood which time forgot. Now I'm actually going into stone there. Take all these out. Right. Item ducting running all the way under this. Yeah, don't need it at the bottom, do I, particularly? So let's get you bits out. Thank you. And pop a bit of mud back in, because mud is good. And what don't I need in my inventory? Probably the torches. Right, a signalum filter onto each and every one of those. So what will I want around here? Well, I think this end one is going to be ingots and stuff. So we want a whitelist. We only want ingots to come in this way. So that, for example. This one is going to be precious odds and ends, I think. So that's going to be stuff like diamonds, stuff like that, most probably. Tin wants to go in there as well. Yeah, do I have any of that stuff around here? No, of course I don't. So I have got 4 chests, one for ingots, one for precious stuff, diamonds, redstone, stuff like that. What else do I like to keep close? I ought to have one for industrial craft junk. And one for something else. What else do I like to keep close to me? I quite like to keep things like glass. But I didn't really want that to be in there. I want that the other side. Glass and pistons. I could have a sort of various mechanical doodads bit to have things like pistons in. That might be good. So I'm going to put that. I'm going to pop something like iron plating into that one. Things which I want near my crafting benches, basically. So I want one thing for each, so that when I put things in, things won't go into them. So I wanted diamonds, don't I? There we go. I'm being quite lucky there's no monsters about, I feel. Is this still on the wrong time? It's not great, but it's not bad. Right, so this is precious bits, so that's things like diamonds, whitelist them. This is industrial craft junk. Now, there is probably not going to be sufficient of those. With 6, 12, 12. I think there is a better one of these I can make, so I might have to. This is mechanical junk, things like... Well, do I want buckets nearby? I do want pistons nearby. Might have to think, might have to move those around. Is there a better filter? I'm sure there must be a better filter. There is a resonant filter, of course, but that's going to require enderium. Enderium is very, very expensive to make. So that might have to occur in the future. And this might end up getting changed. But for now, what we can do is we can pop a servo into here. Tell it to automatically work. Right, I can now start to empty stuff. I can empty all this stuff actually out of my inventory, that doesn't matter. Because what's going to happen is that everything I empty out is going to get sucked out. The things which have a place are going to go to them, the things which don't have a place are going to end up in here. Then I can see what I don't have a place for. Over here then, I want one of these. So I can imagine one thing that I want there, I can imagine another thing which I want there. But is that going to be right? What I want in this one... There's also a matter of where am I going to run this. I think I'm going to run it straight across the centre of the room, because why not across here? Just like that. So you come out like that, you come out there, you come out there, a couple of you, dig underneath you, the best way to play Minecraft, and we're going to run the piping underneath the floor here. Now that doesn't have anything for it yet because I thought that might be my dump chest, but now it's not going to be. But I do have things to go in here. My lovely, lovely floor. It is all in pieces. Right. So I don't need to do that too much, do I? This can run under here. Then it can actually come up and run along under that. So what's going in this end one? I'm running out of these filters already. Holy what's it, Batman? Is purely for planks. This is a plank chest. Because you always need planks. Right, I'm wondering... Oh, it's not going to fit. That door is just ever so slightly going to be in the way. I might have to give up my dream of having a door coming out here. I think the dream is gone. Right, now I need all the stuff which I chucked into this. You are getting boarded up. The dream, she has disappeared. Now actually what I want to do is put this one back, which is highly ironic. It does give me a bit of room to put things back, which is good. Because what I can do here now is run in a set. You are coming out. You are going back by one. You are coming out. And as you might be able to guess, I am going to pop in a load of jabber barrels in this for all those things which I need quite a lot of, but just want to sort of sit around. Now I'm going to be pretty terrible and build on top of a bit of roof there. I do apologise, it needs to come 2 back to give me room for the piping. Am I going to run out of blocks? Probably. Up, there we go. You there, you not there. You there. Can I do that? And that. And not that. And build myself a little extra bit. Just like that. There goes my staircase that was never meant to be. Right, I'm out of bricks. That's okay for the minute. It's going to get creepers spawning in it and stuff, isn't it? Never mind. Don't suppose there's any bricks about down here. Don't suppose any more actually ended up coming through afterwards. Not really. Is that high enough that nothing will come through? It is. I'll go around the back and sort that later. So, actually that does want to be flooring, doesn't it? Except for a hole there where I can. That's not going to go through into anything, is it? Don't think so. Is that connecting up to that? It is. So you're going to come up the back like that. There we go, and connect up to jabber barrels, which means I now need a load of jabber barrels. However, I do think that somewhere in this room I have a load of wood. And wood is good for making jabber barrels. If I just grab me a load of these planks, and what else do I need? I need some chests, don't I? So over to these crafting benches. That one's empty. Get all those out. Chests. Chests. Glorious chests. Like that. And like that. Gets us, whatever that is, 9 jabber barrels. That's not bad. And of course the great thing about the jabber barrels is you do not need to pop filters on them. Because once something is in them, nothing else will go in. Unless they get emptied. So I may make up some little filters to go in them. So in these are going to go things like bricks, which makes me wish I had a brick. Brick, there we go. So bricks can go bottom right. Another useful thing to go in here would be things like glass and cobblestone and things like that. So cobblestone, dirt. I suppose I could have building materials up here. I guess it wouldn't hurt. I'd really sort of like those to be on top of each other, but never mind. Glass. Why no glass? Oh, there's my other tank. I do have iron plates in there. So that is good. So bronze. Bronze is going to go in there because it is technically an ingot. This will want to go into here. So you just go like that. These have stopped being pulled through, and I don't know why. But things should be starting to fill up in here, which they are, which is brilliant. Right, I've put a load of those in there. That's because, of course, that is the shortest route for loads of stuff now. Darn, drat and double drat. Anyway, what I do need are some signs. So let's quickly make up some signages. So that just requires acacia wood planks. It requires a few sticks as well. So sticks with planks gets me some signs. Just so I know what's going on where. So this is ingots. This is what shall we call this? Gems and stuff. This one is IC2 bits. And this one is mechanical stuffs. Over here we have planks. There we go. So obviously things are just going into there because they can. So I don't know quite what this one's going to be yet, because I mean what it's probably going to be. Oh, you know, I just don't know what that one's going to be. It's a matter of what's the most important to have close to you. Maybe I'll actually just make that wood. So that can just be wooden logs for now. That would work. If only I had a few. So that's a whitelist. I assume I set that to whitelist. I did. So the only thing which actually goes into there is wood logs. A food one, that would be really useful as well. Let's put in a food one. That can be my last signalum one. So whitelist here, and this one. Now the actual sign for this one can't go on the back. And I've run out of signs anyway because I only made 6. So would it be better just going on the front? Foods. Don't really like that so much, but that might be how it has to work on this side. So yeah, things like that. So you can see what's happened here, and it isn't pretty. So let's just finish off by going and grabbing a few bits from over here and popping them into those. So the sort of things which are going to go into the jabber barrels are going to include glass, certainly, maybe panes as well, because I've got quite a bit of space there. Gravel, yes. Stone, definitely. It will all doubtless change over time. What do we have here? Those are plates. So, yes, might as well put those in. Glass and panes we already have. Loads of stuff is going in there, which shouldn't be. But maybe things like yellorium should actually go in there. Because, well, it is technically an ingot, so maybe not. String, maybe? No, because that is actually something which I do need. One for mob drops. So I'm going to make up one more chest. Because mob drops, and of course nether stuff. I'm on a roll here. Mob drops and nether stuff. That's 2 more. So that's going to be things like blaze rods, nether quartz. Blaze rods are going to be a mob drop, aren't they? Yes, they certainly are, but things like string is going to be mob drop, mob drop. So mob drop overrides other things. Flint is something good to go in a barrel. Right, we are getting there. And of course one other thing which I'm going to need, I have those chests down there which are things for things like saplings, that's another good one, and botania stuff. So, you... Have I run out of the filters? I have run out of the filters. So I think probably that's a good time to end this episode actually, guys. I am just going to keep on doing this. Just carry on down here with all the others, mob drops, nether stuff, saplings, all stuff like that. And I'm going to just come in, drop things into the dump chest, and just let them go through, basically. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope that you have enjoyed the episode. And as always, I do hope to see you once again next time. Thank you, and goodbye.